clogged in many district offices during that period. He's a retired aerospace engineering executive with master's degrees in both engineering and psychology. He and his wife, Andrea, enjoy the good life in Sonos, 3 doors down from me, where they raise miniature Schnauzer champions. Today he'll present a Pathways presentation, Mastery Level 4 speech, and share some of his public relations strategies with a speech entitled, The 7 from Heaven. Please welcome Wayne Sebera.
Thank you, Scott. Fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, so happy you're here tonight. This Level 4 project is about public relations, but I'm going to share with you the groundwork that led me up to needing public relations. You see, my wife Andrea and I raised many Schnauzer puppies, miniature Schnauzers. It began with one of our little females who we decided was absolutely champion quality. We put her into the show. She won 15 different contests, including majors, and became an AKC champion. Her name is Lucky Lady. We mated her with the sire from a breeder in Orange County, and the sire's name was Winston C. I asked, do you mean Winston Churchill? No, it's Winston C. At any rate, 2 AKC champions, the bloodline was great. We had a great plan for breeding wonderful puppies. June the 10th, it happened. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, have you ever been a midwife on 7 births? That's what I did on June the 10th. You see, the first little puppy came out. We knew that she was getting ready to give birth. First little puppy came out, we massaged it, got it breathing, got it cleaned up. Then the second one came. And then the third one came, and the fourth one, and the fifth one. And we said, how many more are in there? And then the 6th one, and as you already know, there were 7 beautiful little puppies that came out. All healthy, and the amazing thing, they were all males. Have you ever heard of a thing like that? 7 puppies, all male? None of the breeders we know have ever heard of such a thing, and we didn't either. We raised those little fellas. They were, of course, no eyes open for 10 days. We gave them careful feeding. Every 2 hours we were up at night making sure they had food, were warm. Then as they began to become more active, we got to the point where they could wean from the mother and start eating their own food. And this is how they looked when they first started having their first meal. This is their first real meal, and I'll pass this around later so you can get a good look at them. 7 little puppies. As they began to grow, they began to have more fun, they began to have personalities. The amazing thing is they're all identical. They all look like twins times 7. Every one of the dogs had the same markings across the chest, facial properties and all. They looked almost like clones. It was quite amazing. But every personality was different. And as we got to know the puppies and love them, we really enjoyed them. We began to play with them. They first began to explore the little pen that they had. Then we let them into the kitchen. They could explore the kitchen, Wendy. And they liked to look in the cabinets to see what was there. We went to the backyard eventually where they got to run and play. We just absolutely loved it. Then we realized we can't keep 7 puppies forever. These are beautiful puppies. We raised them to be bred, to be placed into loving homes. So we began our public relations campaign. We talked to the Miniature Schnauzer Organization of Southern California. We put an ad on their website. We went through the AKC, which is a nationwide organization, and they have also a puppy finder website, which we used. We contacted them, we wrote press releases, we put together our plans. We said we need to find good homes for these puppies. We interviewed people who buy our puppies. If they don't have a good home, we will not sell them these puppies. First couple that came in looked at the 7 puppies, and the one that they took was the firstborn, who, in the colors of the rainbow, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and so on. R was red, R was Rudy. He was Rudy. He was the first puppy that went out into the home. He's living in Inland Empire now. Then we went to orange, yellow, green. those puppies, we have some in Oxnard, Ventura, we have some in Saugus. But we ended up recently with 3 puppies when the slowdown occurred because of the fires. When the fires hit and everything went crazy, our phone stopped ringing, people stopped looking for puppies. They said, we can't deal with that right now. We ended up with 3 puppies, which we held in for another month, and they got to be about 5 months old. Then our public relations campaign, Hank had to take on a whole different routine because the normal marketing and public relations thing just didn't work. What did we do? Networking, of course. We called the people that had puppies from before. We said, how are the puppies doing? How do you like them? Would you like another one? And Andrea got on the phone. She contacted many people. It turned out one family had a puppy that they absolutely loved and they wanted a companion. So one of the puppies went there. It turned out that as we continued networking, one of those families had a sister who lived in Lakewood, Colorado. And she had been out for a visit and fell in love with the puppy. She said, I would love to have a little dog like that. She's flying in next weekend to pick up one of our puppies, take him back to Lakewood, Colorado on the airplane. He's going to be a jetster, little guy. But they were so much fun. They would play and they'd come and kiss you and they'd just run and roll. When I let them out into the yard, they would all race across the yard to see who could be there first. And they would tackle each other and they would roll in the grass and just have a great time. And that was my little pal, Georgie.
Aww.
Georgie was my best buddy. He was so cute. I really enjoyed him. We ended up placing families primarily for kids. 3 of the families that got puppies have 2 boys. 2 of them have twin boys. This is one of the families. They got 2 of the puppies. They got 1 of the puppies for 2 of the boys. And they shared that. I'll share these pictures later. And Georgie, he was my favorite. Georgie went to his beautiful new home yesterday. He's got a nice big yard, a loving family, kids and family. And when I sat down with Georgie and I talked to him and I said, Georgie, you're going to go to a new home. It's going to be a loving family. And as I talked to him, his eyes began to tear.
Aww.
He began to shed some tears, knowing that he would be leaving me. And I shed some tears too. It was the hardest thing I ever did. That's the trouble with raising puppies. You get so attached. And they're so beautiful. My public relations plan worked fine. We were able to place all 7 puppies in wonderfully loving homes. And with that, I consider it a success. Mr. Toastmaster.